Namaste everyone. Today's yoga class is going to be in the style of the Bihar and the Iyengar style of yoga. The Bihar school of yoga is the old and traditional form of yoga techniques, while the Iyengar form of yoga does the same asanas or similar ones very much, but only incorporates and adopts the use of props in its practice. It is meant to facilitate the body to get into a pose more easily when the body itself doesn't allow it. So, having said this, let's start off with our yoga session for today, which is going to be all asanas that are very, very effective for your digestive system. If you're suffering with gas, constipation, bloating, or any kind of stomach disorder, then all these asanas are going to be very, very effective and good for you to do. So let's begin with this practice then. First, we'll begin with the asana called Vajrasana or the Thunder pose. Those of you who cannot do this pose, which I will get into soon, please sit in this normal cross-leg position and continue with the practice. For the others who can, you will sit with the big toe touching but not overlapping. So do not place the feet over. Keep just the big toe touching. Lightly place the bottom to the outside on the heel and sit up spine tall. Avoid rounding and slouching. Avoid leaning into the heel backwards, but keep your spine all the way long and tall, light weight onto the heel, palms open and sit. This pose is the only pose in yoga that can be done straight after eating any meal. You can use here a blanket, that's how you use the prop, to put it either below the knee for some comfort. You can use it, fold it and put it behind the knee to add some cushioning and comfort and make the joint of the knee softer. Or of course you can also use it by putting it under the ankles. These are all different ways of being able to use the blanket and make it a little bit more comfortable for you to sit in. Now, as we sit in Vajrasana, those who have any kind of knee issues or injuries, please avoid sitting in this pose. We are going to begin our practice with a little bit of breathing and cooling down the body, just getting into the moment here and now. For this, take the hands up, breathe in, press the palms, and gently bring the hands down to your heart. Starting and doing it again, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale. Press the palms, bring the hands to your heart, exhale. And then slowly close your eyes, keep your palms open, just watch the breath to bring you back into the moment here and now. Moving on to the next asana. In a sitting position, take your right heel in towards the perineum, the center point. The other heel right in front of it, almost sitting in Siddhasana. And then putting your knees, thighs down gently as they can. You can here use a brick or a book to facilitate this movement. You can place the brick down, place your left elbow down onto the brick. Take your right hand, fingertips on the shoulder, point the elbow up. If you are comfortable, hands straight, and getting into the full posture of the hand across. Stay here, breathe. Look gently up to the ceiling. Lean a little forward, chest, shoulders open. Watch the breath. a lovely side bend to open up the chest and the sides and enhance your intestines. Slowly coming up, then slowly come up into sitting position again. You can choose to take the break or a book on the other side, or simply go down flat if you can, if it's comfortable. Elbow touching down to the floor, palm facing down, fingertips on the shoulder, elbow pointing up. This is done if you have pain in the shoulders, frozen shoulder, or any kind of backache or scoliosis. This might be a bit easier to follow. If possible, hand up, and if possible, go into the full position, leaning a little forward, chest open, and gently gazing to the ceiling. Keep the chin in center line position, not down, but centered. Keep breathing, and slowly coming up. If you feel pain in the back, use both your hands to help you come up in a sitting upright position. Moving on to the next asana, Ardha Matsyandra, or the sitting twisted pose. Take your right leg, hip and knee in one straight line. Take the other leg over, toes are a little ahead of the knees. Pull your spine up long and tall. Check that the bone of the bottom is down on the floor and the heel is closed, but you're not sitting on it. Hug your knee. Take then your left hand in rotation behind and place the entire palm down onto the floor, very close to your hip and body. Then slowly, if you can, take the other hand over and try to hold the knee if possible. If this is too difficult, choose to bend the hand like this and then look behind. Let your chest and shoulder be open and be aware of your breath as your spine is upright and tall. Slowly head forward. Release the front hand. Release the back hand. And release the leg. And we do it for the other side. Left leg, hip and knee in one straight line forward. Take the right leg over, toes a little ahead of the knee. Pull your spine up tall and hug the front knee. Take the right hand behind, place it very close to your body, palm flat down, heel closed with the bottom touching the floor, and then take the other hand over, the front hand over, and you can choose to be with the hand out or folded. And if you want to do deeper, you try to hold the knee or even the foot if possible, and look behind you. As you do this, chin is in line with the back shoulder, chest shoulders open, and watch your breath. Slowly head forward, release. This is excellent for stimulating the stomach as well as opening the chest for better breathing. Moving on to the next asana, we'll get into a tabletop position. Bring the hands from shoulder to wrist in one straight line and shoulder width apart. Take your hip and knee in one straight line. Knees are hip distance apart and feet are equidistant apart as much as the knees. We'll go into cat and cow posture, adding the downward facing dog with it. keeping the hands shoulder width or a little wider than the shoulders. Then look up, head down, pull the stomach in, round the back, tilt a little bit behind towards the heel. This is to prevent excessive expansion and opening of the vertebrae in your spine. Then come back to the center position. Inhale, head up, bottom pointed, middle back drop down towards the ground, and go up into the downward facing dog, pushing the body in, heels press down to the floor, knees as straight as possible. Now come back down again, second round. Inhale, head up, shoulders pulled back. Exhale, head down, rounding head, shoulders, body, little bit tilted behind towards the heel. Head up. Exhale into downward facing dog. Hold the stretch. Knees are nice and straight. Heels press down into the floor. Flatten the back, pull the belly in. Third round, going down. Inhale. Exhale, down, tilt. Inhale again. Exhale, downward facing dog. And coming down, moving on to the next asana, Paschim Uttan Asana, or forward bend to touch the toes. Pull the bottom out gently so that you're sitting flat. Place your palms right next to your hips and sides. Pull the shoulders back. Flex your feet. Inhale, take the hands up. Reach gently forward wherever you can. If you need to reach the shin, that's fine. If you can touch the toes, that's good. If you can go further, do as much as your body allows. Gently now drop the shoulders. Pull your spine up long and tall. Do not take the head down and round the back. Avoid this. Drop the shoulders down, spine tall, and hold. Pull the belly. Full flexion of the feet so that you feel the stretch in the entire length of the leg, calf, hamstring, and glute. Be aware of your breathing. And slowly release. And let's try it one more time. Breathe in. Exhale. In this holding position, breathe in and out. Relax the shoulders. Try to see if you can bend the elbows and keep the spine long. And see if you maybe can touch the elbow to the knees or the shin, but don't force. Pull the belly in. Slowly release. Come up and down. Good. Now we move on. In the lying down position, you can use the blanket in this position. You can place it flat out onto the floor. We'll move into Shalabhasana or locust pose. Place the blanket just for comfort of the pelvic and the groin around that area. Chin on the ground, hands down beside you, feet together. You're going to slowly lift chest and legs off the ground. Starting now, breathe in, lift legs and chest off the ground, hands up on the side of your thigh. Connect the heel, toes, knees, and stay. Slowly coming down, drop your head down to any one side. Breathe. Chin on the ground again, feet together, slowly coming up. Inhale and try to hold as high as you can, making the effort that the chest is off the ground if possible, thighs off the ground if possible. If it's too much for your back, don't force, do only what you can. And slowly coming down, turn your head to the other side and relax. And breathe. Next asana, Dhanur asana or the bow pose. For that, widen the legs, chin on the ground, hold on to the ankle. Now slowly try to lift the chest and the thighs off the floor if you can. Breathe in and lifting thighs and chest as much as you can, keeping the weight maximum only on your belly. Stimulating the belly, the gastric organs, for enhancing your digestion. Slowly coming down, head down to one side and relax. Breathe. We repeat it again, chin on the floor, thighs open, hold on to the ankle, slowly lift up. Those who can lift only thighs and half of the body, that's fine. But try not to bend the elbow and pull it in. Try to keep the elbow straight and lift up to the center. Mouth is closed, breathing is through the nose, and chin is stretched to stimulate thyroid gland. Slowly release. Head down to the other side to relax the neck and breathe. Slowly turn on to your back. You can choose to keep the blanket near the bone if you wish to, or you can remove it completely, whatever is you. In the lying down position, we go into Pavan Mukta Asana or the air releasing asana, excellent for gas, constipation and stomach problems. Place your hands below the fullest part of your bottom, feet together. Breathe in, lift both legs together, 90 degrees. Then bring the legs in. Lift your body, cross the arms, reach for the ankle bone, relax the shoulders, and try to take the chin between the knees. Hold and stay here for 10 to 15 seconds. Head down, stay with the squeeze for another 10 seconds. Try to let the thighs come in towards the chest and stomach as much as possible. Back flat in the ground. Then place your hands down below the bottom, legs straight up, and slowly bring the leg down. Remove the hands, drop the feet, breathe. Moving into bridge pose or Setu Bandhasana. Often this is a pose used for all preparation for inverted asanas. Take your legs in a bent position, feet on the ground. The best way to know your correct position for the bridge pose is to extend your hands straight down, and when the middle finger touches the back of the heel, that is the distance that is accurate for you and your body. Now, keeping this distance, slowly you lift the hip up, roll the shoulders in, keep the palms flat down onto the floor, and hold. As you stay in this position, now you can choose to interlock the hands under you and pull the hands down long in the center. Let the chin get locked automatically at the chest when the chest goes up, bottom lightly tight. Maybe you feel a soft stretch in your thighs and the quadricep muscle, effort at the bottom and the back of the thigh, the hamstring muscles, and of course your lower back. Soft blood flow to the top of the head and body. Slowly down. Release the hands and shoulders. Relax the legs out as well. Move now into a spinal twist in the lying down position. Take your right leg, place the right foot onto the left knee, hands a little away from your body but below the shoulder level. Then twist and turn and drop the right knee to the left side and your face to the right. Take your left hand and help that knee to a little bit go down further towards the floor, to touch it down to the floor if possible. You should try to allow at least your fingertips to remain touching on the floor, and you can keep going more down till your fingertips remain on the floor. Your hand cannot leave and fly. It should be down on the floor or the palm on the floor. Whatever is best possible. Slowly come back into the center. Now we change and do the other side. Take the left foot onto the right knee. Go down to the right side. And try to use your right hand to gently bring the knee down as much as possible, down to the floor. And you look to the opposite side and try to keep the palm as much down on the floor as possible. Slowly then release and come back to the center. And bring your hands down by your side and just relax and breathe and lie in Shavasana or relaxation for a few moments before you go on with the rest of your day. I will slowly come up in a sitting position, but you can continue to be lying down. When you do come up, turn always to the right side and come up in a sitting position. It is always advisable to be in a bit of a rested position, whether it is sitting or lying down, before you start off with the rest of your work or day, when you have completed and finished the asanas, because it gives time for the energy that you have created during a practice to flow through the body and the organs to where they are needed. So if you're sitting, stay in a sitting position, shoulders loose and relaxed, eyes closed. And you can be still here as well. I hope you've enjoyed this session and you will join me for a few more of my sessions as well. Thank you and have a nice day.